money that was put in that structure. It's not possible. I remember getting into an argument with one of the other governors who came here. I think she was talking about a hospital that was being built. I think it was Runyenjes or something like that. And they were saying even the BQs. There is someone in this team who has seen the BQs of that hospital and they know exactly how much. But because there is a cost of financing, Governor, so that if the procurement laws were followed, then you should have been telling the Senate and the people of Homa Bay, this is the best deal we could get you in terms of the cost of financing vis-a-vis the building that we are getting. Someone in that team has that answer.
I think the governor referred to the procurement team. Who's the head of procurement? Could you tell us, did you do a professional opinion on this?
Yes.
And just go on record, introduce yourself. Were you in the room when so do you even know what we are talking about?
Honorable Chair, I've been keenly following, so I know what...
Okay,
just
introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you, Honorable Chair and Honorable Senator. My name is Peter Odiango, Head of Procurement, Homa Bay County, member KISM 667721. So, kindly ask the question.
But you said you have been following. What question did you come to answer?
And, Honorable Senator, until I reach the door,
No. Homa Bay is more, Governor, our county is more serious than this. Now, the question was, the tenant purchase agreement for the 820 million county headquarters, which procurement procedure was followed?
Honorable Senator, the Procurement Act, we have several procurement methods. And we use...
Just tell us the one that was followed, because we must be out of here in 5 minutes.
We used an open tender method, and what we are doing is to do tenant purchase. And the Procurement Act also allows for lease and even TPS.
Don't tell us what the law says. It's in black and white. Just tell us what you did.
We used an open tender method.
Okay.
Yes.
Open tender, there were advertisements?
Yes.
There were how many respondents?
During pre-tender site visit, there were 5, but the final submission was done by one tenderer, which is CPF.
And you did a professional opinion on that?
Yes.
And that is all on record?
Yes.
As you tendered, what was the indicative cost of the project? Because we must know the cost of the project, then people bid, and then take the lowest bidder, but that bidder cannot be lower than the cost of that project.
The issued cost, which was floated by the tender, was over 900 million, but since the tender was won, we went and negotiated and came back to 20 million.
Members, we have 10 minutes to go to the House.
But just on that one, because the gentleman belongs to a professional body. I even heard him telling us the membership number. How is it that you do an estimate for the construction of the facility, and according to you, the person is floating the tender, the cost is 900 million. Then, because there is only one responsive tenderer, you sit down and reduce the cost of the project, you negotiate downwards. What did you eliminate from the project?
Those are details, honorable member, but we have minutes to that effect, so that we were...
Is that the way it works, Chair?
I thought he said that there was only one, the final person
yes.
Quoted 900,
yes,
but you revised it down to 820.
Yes.
But what was your BQ?
We did not have a BQ because what you wanted...
Oh, so you took anything that was available in the market?
Honorable Chair, I wish you could listen to me. When you want to purchase a space, even here, you only give the specification of what you want. I want a room, this measurement. And
Chair, just on a point of order, looking at time, we are not in a classroom. Just answer specific question.
It's going well, Senator.
We
need to be specific.
We love expressing our English, so just understand, my friend.
But looking at time and English, it doesn't add up. So the point I'm trying to... I'm trying is we are
We
just
can release
specific,
Chair.
Chair. You have asked a question. Was there a big queue?
No, he was explaining something and we have follow-up questions. I think, Chair, you allow him to proceed.
Okay,
because,
please, I'll give you 3 minutes.
here we like
because
to
we
give
must
people
terminate.
enough rope to hang themselves.
Honorable Chair, what we had done in the document is that we wanted an office block. It's, in simple terms, we wanted somewhere to sit like this room. So we give specification of what you want. Then the owner of the room will give their price, what they can offer. So we had specification of exactly what we needed, and that's what we had put in the tender document.
Did you have a budget? Because the budget then drives the kind of stuff you're looking for.
Yes,
Here in Nairobi, you can decide to sit at Delta, you can decide to sit in Lavington, or you can decide to sit on River Road,
Yes.
depending on your budget.
Yes.
So when you went to market, what was your budget?
Also, Chair, because when you're building a county headquarters, you're essentially looking for a space that can accommodate the county executive. You know, your staff establishment, the sort of numbers of the people that you need. You can't just say you're looking for a space to sit, because the ultimate intention, from what I gather, is to have one central place where the entire county government is.
Yes.
So that cannot be something that is left to the tenant purchase service provider, that I'm looking for a 3-bedroom house and then he tells me he has a 2-bedroom in Buruburu.
Maybe before he answers that particular question, the county secretary was at the forefront of providing, it was a very detailed process. Maybe we haven't expressed it well enough. Because of the magnitude of the project, we wanted to cover every ground. So I want to ask the county secretary on the question that Senator is asking around the issue of did we just go and say we want a space? Because I remember we had several meetings with officers, departments, cabinet, everybody. County secretary, just on that specific one.
County Secretary, just in 2
The
minutes.
professor.
Thank you, Chair. What we did first was to assess the number of people that need to occupy this space. And we looked at all those who need to sit at the headquarters. We are not including those who are sitting at the sub-counties. And then from there, we knew also different cadres of officers. We have the CCMs, we have the chief officers, we have the directors, and we gave very specific instruction on what a director office need to look like, what CEC office need to look like, and based on this, we counted all the spaces that are required, plus the number of people who are required, and that's what we put in the tender.
But in your mind, you didn't have, because if you have all those specifications, then you cannot fail to have a cost specification.
For money, it'll go to the chief officer, sorry, the CEC, but mine was to how many people need to sit there, what type of space that they need, and from there we could do the estimates.
Members, I think also for neatness of this, we must set up a separate meeting.
And also the county pension fund must be here.
Yeah, we must set up a separate meeting because we might come to conclusions without interrogating all the facets. We must look at the legality and the constitutionality of this approach, and we must also look at the procurement elements, and we must thoroughly test this model such that if we find it to be lawful and constitutional and prudent, we can make a recommendation to other counties to follow the same model. I believe we'll be better off as a Senate, or the people of Homa Bay will be better off if you have a proper detailed inquiry where the procurement officer is not just talking off the cuff, is talking on the basis of professional documents, professional opinions, and procedures that were adhered to. I don't know what you feel.
And Chair, when I looked at the profile of the county secretary, he's a professor, an engineer. I thought that should be more detailed, but then time doesn't allow. Really, we start with the architectural design, then engineer's estimates and everything. I thought would give us that. But as Chair, you rule that let's have opportunity to give the county government enough time to explain this model, because then that can be given to other counties to also use to have their infrastructure in place.
Yeah, if time was on our side, we would have spent more time on it. But
the county pension fund, they should be here, and also the issue of repayment, because that has not been answered, Chair. And also
Yeah, you asked something around
documentation,
securitization.
Securitization of revenue and how that payment will be done. And I have seen the report also of health and occupation. It is just one page, so I don't know. There is a principle of wezi kama hata kama wewe ni kinyozi wezi jinywa. I've seen the department that approve occupation is a part of the departments in the county. So maybe those are questions we can further inquire into.
Fine.
So
Senator,
that when Wambua becomes the governor, he can borrow this model.
Senator Wambua?
Yeah. Chalage and the opposition with me becoming governor is now, I don't know. So Chair, I think first of all, we must also, Governor Gladys, you know, these are 2023 arrangements, if I got it right. Personally, from where I sit, I must give it to you that between 2023 and 2026, 2025, you have a block. I mean, let's begin from there. Yeah, there are counties like some that are seated next to me that started their projects.
Chair, you know, you can't compare. I'm sorry to say.
I thought Sifuna is also sitting next to Wambua. I don't know why you're jittering.
Don't compare. By the way, credit to Homa Bay. You know, if you go to Nyamira, we started our county headquarters in 2013. We have spent close to what she has spent, but we have nothing. So I'm just sitting here.
Let me finish
and that's why if this is the right model, we can export it to other
by the
countries.
way, this gentleman, the lawyer, should read.
Have you taken the floor from me?
Should read. You know, if you read how United States acquired Louisiana, it was purchased by Thomas Jefferson in 1803, and he was faced with what I had the gentleman trying to explain. The strict or liberal interpretation of the Constitution, because Jefferson needed to summon Congress to authorize his borrowing. But he thought because America needed to acquire that territory and River Mississippi, he bought the territory and sought to explain to Congress what he did later. I think that's what Governor Homa Bay has done. So let's say if
I thought he was being helpful.
if in all fairness, you know, if you pick the case of Homa Bay and the case of Nyamira, if the case of CPF can work the way it has worked, if it can deliver an office within 6 months, I'd rather go this route than go through what is happening in Nyamira. We don't have county headquarters. We are housed by the county, how do you call them? The provincial administration, then the county commissioner. That's where we are housed.
Senator Wambua, take back your mic.
So I agree with you that let's interrogate this.
All angles.
If CPF can deliver within 6 months, I'll pick that model.
That's okay. Now, what we say.